will work a second time. We'll try it and let's see. I had a problem with my sound and I don't know what it was. I'm not really sure. I think it had something to do with my microphone. Let's see if anybody else comes on. I think YouTube has to take a moment to tell you that I'm here. And let's see, I'm curious to see. It's been 30 seconds. Sounds good now. Okay, good. All right, don't know what that was. I'm not really sure. I think it had something to do with the microphone, and I have to figure out what that was. Anyway, okay, good, it sounds good. So let's give it a second for other people to come back and see if they do. And in the meantime, I'm gonna grab a little bit of water. Okay. So yeah, there was a question about the calories. I know that had been asked about the calories. And the thing is, if you print yourself out a calorie density chart, and you can just Google that. I will probably give one out to anybody who comes to my reset. If you Google that and look at what foods are to the left of the red line so that you know what is low in calorie density, and you stick to those. And you just make sure to eat lots and lots of them. And you want to eat until you're satiated. You want to eat until you take that last bite and go, okay, I've had enough. And you put your fork down. You don't want to eat a measly portion, right? Yes, cooking. Oh, thank you, Beth. Cooking enough to have leftovers. And I was telling you what I had last night. So last night, for lunch today, I had the leftover. Oh, that's right. That's when I got this. I had the leftover lentil curry. I had leftover, not this. This is just another one that I had. Plant Strong Engine 2 chili. And it was delicious. I doctored it up a little bit because that's what I do. My sister has helped me learn how to do that. And it is easy because you just add spices that you like to it. So I think I added some nutritional yeast, and I added some, probably some chili powder, probably some lime chili powder, something. I just opened the drawer and whatever my hand picks first, I put that in. And, it's not like a science. So I had the lentil curry, I had the leftover Engine 2 chili, I had leftover air fried tempeh, which was absolutely delicious. Yeah. I had, what else did I have on the plate? Oh, I had leftover vegetables. Oh, I am going to definitely teach this in the reset. I think I have finally found the way to make sauteed vegetables that are oil-free. And they were delicious when I had them last night. They were delicious for lunch. And then I made, so that was all leftovers. And then I also wanted to still have more vegetables. Remember, I told you I'm really trying to fill my belly with veggies. And so I did... I took cabbage and I slivered it and I microwaved it for 6 minutes and 60 seconds. So 7 minutes. I usually just go 666. So that would be 6 minutes and 66 seconds. So that's 7 minutes and 6 seconds. So I did that. It was just absolutely delicious. It was so good. And it filled me up. And I also let myself have a cookie. I had one of these cookies. That was just delicious. So that was my lunch. And for dinner tonight, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. What I might do is have some of this. I think I might make sushi, because this is really good sticky rice. It'll stick to the nori paper. Or I might just have this and a ton of vegetables, and I might make some tofu. I have a recipe for torn tofu that's just out of this world. And then maybe I'll have a package of those, what do you call those? Nori papers, the ones that you come in a little package. And yes, I do think that those have a little bit of oil, but the amount that they have is so negligible that I'm okay with that. And then I'll probably have this with it. This is my, so good. It's called, which one is it? Oh, it's the teriyaki sauce from the Be a Plant-Based Warrior cookbook, and I add water to it because I find that it's too sweet and too thick. I like it a little bit, more watery. So I had that. I had this a couple nights ago, so I'll have this over my bowl. And then for dessert, I don't know. I might have my papaya. I might make papaya banana ice cream and have that with a cookie. How does that sound? I think it sounds delicious. So my refrigerator is always filled to the hilt, to the point where my husband has to ask me to get out or to find what he wants. I might make, when I hang up, I'm definitely going for a walk, but I might make my sweet potato brownies. I might do that, and I'll have that. So there is never a lack of food, following a whole food plant-based way of eating. I eat like it's my job, and I eat a lot. And you can see, I am, not to brag or anything, but of those 20, when I went on those awful nasty diets, and I did that for losing the first 10 pounds, which was painful as can be. And then after I did that, that's when I started whole food plant-based, and I lost another 10 pounds, fell off. Not immediately. What ended up happening was that I would lose a pound, I'd gain a pound. I'd lose 2 pounds, I'd gain a pound. It was like up and down, but it was always moving downward. It was kind of magical. It was kind of fun to watch it. And eventually I lost that 10 pounds, and I now kind of go up and down about 3 pounds when I weigh myself, which I haven't done in really weeks now, because I'm not obsessed with it anymore. I used to be, but I'm not. And that's what I want to teach in my reset. I want to teach you to not be obsessed with the scale. I want to teach you that you have what it takes to follow this lifestyle. It's not a quick and easy fix. But somebody who was on here before, I think it was Christine, said she lost 50 pounds and she's still going. So good for you. I just think, the normal, I think, reaction when you think that you're eating enough and you're not losing weight is to eat less. And I say eat more. I know that sounds crazy, but I say eat more. Eat more food. Eat more of the lower calorie density food. Do not ever go out of your house. If you're getting in your car, you should always have food in, whether it's a potato that you have in your purse, potato in your purse, or you can take a bag of carrots, sugar snap peas. If you're going to be out for a while, bring some air fried chickpeas, or bring a little tiny thing of hummus. I make hummus it doesn't have any oil in it. It has tahini, but not very much. You have to find your way, and one of the best ways to do that is to find your way through community. So Pamela says, when you increase starch, you will gain weight at first, then drop it. Your body adjusts. It absolutely adjusts. And I think, if I were to counsel someone, if I were working privately with you, I would tell you, if you want to weigh yourself as a measure, as a tool for information only, if it's going to drive you nuts, then I would say not to weigh yourself. But if you're going to weigh yourself, I wouldn't do it daily. I would take 3 days, make it, for example, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and weigh yourself each morning before you, eat, before you do anything, and then take the average of the 3. Do an average, add them up, divide by 3, and that's the average, and then keep track of it. But let's not let the scale be the lone dictator of our future. And I think that that's really important. Now, I want to help you get off the diet roller coaster. I feel so strongly about it because I was plagued by it. I was obsessed with being on a diet and losing weight. And you know what? When I look back at pictures of me when I started dieting back in college, I was thin. Well, I didn't even need to lose weight. It's just the diet industry has so hoodwinked us and so convinced us that we need to be skinny, and that we need to always be on a diet. Try this diet, try that diet. I just don't believe it. And I feel that my role here on social media is to help people learn how to. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do, because I also post a lot there. So Pam says 4 years tomorrow. Great. That's fantastic. Even if you're one day whole food plant-based, And you know, some people say to me, I could never give up oil. And I'm here to tell you that you cannot give up oil if you want, but you're eating a lot of calories that could otherwise be eaten in foods that are going to fill up your belly and give you nutrition, give you nourishment, give you um, all the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, the phytonutrients, all that stuff. You ain't gonna get it just because what happens is with the oil is that it's 120 calories, and trust me when I tell you, there's no way you have 1 tablespoon of oil a day. If you're eating oil, you're having more. 1 tablespoon is nothing, and I was looking for my tablespoon measure, but 1 tablespoon is not very much, and most people have more than one. Okay, the oil also contributes to type 2 diabetes. It's not worth it. That's true too. It clogs up the highway that takes the insulin to the cells. And if you are interested in learning more, follow and learn from Mastering Diabetes. They're all over social media, and they have really, really good, helpful information. Okay, Mastering Diabetes. So anyway, that is that. Tell me something in the comments. I have not gone live in a whole bunch of months, and I don't really know why. I just haven't, but I miss doing it. And I'm wondering how you feel about when you watch programs like this, like where I go live. How does it feel? Thank you, Pamela. How does it feel? Does it feel like, even though we don't know each other, doesn't it feel kind of like we're a community of people who are all like-minded? I think so, and I think it helps, because otherwise we are so in the minority. You know, most people, my friends and the people that we hang with and we go out with, or then we go to their houses, they already know, right? Arachnid says, I hope you go live more. It was nice when you had your sister on also last year. Yes, it was. And I'm hoping that she and I will do that again, because she's really a great inspiration, and she's fun as I'll get out. So yeah, I'm just curious to know how you feel in general, and should I continue to go live. I got to do something with the hair though. Like, look at this. What is this doing? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. So anyway, so that's what I think. I think that if I can help you get off the diet roller coaster and help you learn how to eat foods that are going to sustain you. I don't want to be hungry. Nobody likes to be hungry, right? And I think, exercise is important too, but I used to think that exercise, oh God, how foolish. I used to think that exercise was the only way to lose weight. It couldn't be further from the truth. It's not, because food, it's, as Dr. McDougall of blessed memory said, it's the food, it's the food, it's the food. If you're not eating food that is going to nourish you, sustain you, fill your belly, but also help you not end up in the hospital or not end up on medication, then, and I know that, for some people, if you have to be on medication, like for thyroid or for diabetes or whatever, God bless you. We all have to do what we have to do. But I also believe that, I'm not a doctor, but I also believe that it's important to feed yourself food that's going to be nourishing. And so that's what I think. So I think what I'm going to do now is I have to run and do an errand. We're about to be hit with a storm. I think it's going to start snowing tonight, and then it's going to snow again tomorrow night, and that's going to be the beginning of a blizzard that we're going to have, with something like, I think I read 18 inches of snow or something crazy like that. So my husband does not follow a whole food plant-based. He follows it maybe 50%, but I need to go get him some things. So I'm going to do that, and then thank you for being here with me. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to be part of my sort of inner circle, there's a way to do it. Do not ask me how. I know there's a way here on YouTube where you can click on it, and I think it says join maybe, and then you can be part of my sort of inner circle that gets like extra, perks. And there's also a way to contribute if you want. If you've gotten anything valuable out of what I've been talking about, there's a way to contribute. Even, just a small amount is lovely. I don't need it, but it's kind of a way for you to say thank you. And one way you can say thank you actually is just to keep coming on. And when I go live, go live and hang out with me. So that is all she wrote. And I am going to go and do my errands and come back and start hunkering down for the next storm. So thank you for being here.